everyone, I'm Erin from Sci-Fi Science Camps, and this is the second episode of our video series, What's New at the U, where we talk about science and what's happening at the University of Saskatchewan by chatting with employees, students, and beyond. This episode we're going to be learning about ticks from Dr. Martin Voordouw, so he'll start by telling us a little bit about himself and his work, and then he's going to answer our questions about ticks. Remember to stick around until the end of the video to learn about how you can submit questions for future What's New at the U interviews, and beyond that, over to Dr. Voordouw.
I want to introduce myself. My name is Martin Fordow. I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Veterinary Microbiology in the Western College of Veterinary Medicine, which is part of the University of Saskatchewan. And I am a researcher, and I study ticks and tick-borne diseases.
Abby, age 10, asks, what's the difference between a boy tick and a girl tick?
So in the adult stage, females are generally larger than males. And then if we talk about the tick that's most common here in Saskatchewan, the American dog tick, the females have a white plate called a scutum that only covers about a third of the upper part of their body, whereas in males, this plate covers almost the entire body. And another difference between the two is that adult females take a very big blood meal. They get extremely large. They swell up, whereas males only take a little bit of blood and they don't get all swollen up. And the reason why does the female take such a big blood meal? It's because she needs the proteins from the blood to lay eggs.
Lucas, age 7, asks a question that is as interesting as it is disturbing. Can ticks eat you from the inside out?
And the short answer to this question is no, absolutely not. A bit of a longer answer is ticks are ectoparasites. That means that they stay on the surface of our body. Ticks have mouth parts that allow them to cut through the skin so that they can drink your blood, but they can't burrow into the skin and go inside your body. In the same way, if you were to swallow a tick, it would just die in the acid of your stomach. It wouldn't have a way to survive that.
Madeline, age 4, asks, how many legs does a tick have?
So ticks have 8 legs. Ticks belong to the class Arachnida, which contains the arachnids, and which include animals like spiders, scorpions, ticks, and mites. And all of these animals have 8 legs. So it's important to remember that ticks are not insects, right? Insects have 6 legs, ticks have 8 legs.
Now, when I was a kid, I thought everything went to sleep at night. Then I grew up and I found out nocturnal animals don't. Are ticks nocturnal?
The answer is no. Ticks are active during the day.
Canada can get very cold in the winter months. Can ticks survive in the winter?
And the answer is yes. Ticks are alive, but they are not active. They enter an overwintering phase, which is called diapause. And this is used by many other arthropods, including many insects that live in Saskatchewan and other cold places where you have a long, cold winter. So in diapause, you can think of it as similar to hibernation, what ground squirrels do. So during diapause, the ticks go to sleep. They are not active. We think that they are buried in the soil, which is useful because the temperatures in the soil are usually not as cold as the air temperatures. If there's snow lying on the ground, that can act as an insulating blanket. So it's in this way that ticks and other arthropods, including many insects, can survive a cold winter. And they wait for the spring to come and for the weather to get warmer.
I've heard that ticks have quite a bite, but I've never heard of a bug with teeth. Do ticks have teeth?
The answer to that question is no. Ticks do not have teeth. Ticks do have mouth parts that allow them to blood feed on an animal. So for example, they have mouth parts called chelicerae, and they have a mouth part called a hypostome. And the chelicerae act like scissors, and they can cut through the skin. The hypostome is then inserted into that wound, and the hypostome has little barbs on it which make it difficult to pull the tick out. They're like fish hooks that work in the wrong direction if you try and pull the tick out. So the hypostome anchors the tick inside the skin of the host, and it's also what the tick uses to ingest, to suck in the blood.
Why do ticks like long grass?
The answer here is that ticks can walk, but they can't jump and they can't fly. And they want to get on animals, and the adult ticks want to get on larger animals like deer. So the way they increase their chances of being able to get on a large animal like a deer is they climb up vegetation like grass, and there they wait with their arms, their legs outstretched, which have those little hooks on them, as I mentioned earlier, and that allows them to grapple onto a passing animal. So by climbing the vegetation and being a couple of centimeters off the ground, they're more likely to be able to get onto a larger animal like a deer.
Now I know that at some point everything gets eaten by something. That's a circle of life. But ticks are gross little critters. What animals eat ticks?
I know of two animals in Africa. So there's a bird called the oxpecker in Africa, and it lives on large animals like rhinoceroses, giraffes, and zebras. And it likes to eat the ticks off those animals. It'll actually remove the ticks with its beak. So that's the oxpecker. And then another bird in Africa is the guinea fowl. It's sort of like a larger chicken-sized bird, black with little white spots on it. And it likes to eat ticks that are in the environment. And it's very good at that. So good, in fact, that in some parts of Canada, like Nova Scotia, people are actually buying these guinea fowl to help them control ticks on their property.
Thank you so much to Dr. Voordouw for answering all of our questions related to ticks. We really appreciate that you took the time to share your knowledge. And to everyone watching, we hope you enjoyed. If you'd like to continue to follow the What's New at the U series, check out the Sci-Fi Science Camp's YouTube channel and our Facebook page for future uploads. Also, check out the Facebook page for updates on upcoming interviews, because in the comment section there, you can submit any questions you might have for our university experts. Beyond that, thanks so much for watching and take care.